God says they left the rest of the Beirut Marine base standing, but they just bombed the barracks to eliminate the Marines. No shit. John Kennedy willing to get shot in the trach had to do with my trach. Oh, spelling it, he says. Spelling it, putting a spell on it. Okay. Share, share, share. Share, share, share. Mm-hmm. This is all. Okay. Uh-huh. Richard Henning Jr. knew that Ralph Nader was behind the Beirut, Lebanon Marine barracks bombing. I repeat that Richard Henning Jr. knew that Ralph Nader was behind the Beirut, Lebanon Marine barracks bombing of United States Marines. Okay. Okay. Let's do. Almost there. We got almost all the good guys. Right. Kennedy's appointed Monahan for labor or something. Mm-hmm. Kennedy appointed Daniel Patrick Moynihan, Labor Department or something, and then he continued to serve under Johnson for a while. So that's a Hillary Clinton connection, and John Kennedy was shot in the trach, and it's not that trachs are a sacred something or other. It's to it was to put a spell on my trach. You can see a little bit of a scar. I had to cut a lot of mesh out of my trach area. And the family lore about my brother Mark is that he had asthma, and Bayview Hospital, the Sam Shepard Hospital, did a autopsy on him. No, the family lore is that the Shepard Hospital, Bayview Hospital, to give him a tracheotomy so he could breathe. And that an intern came in his room to swab out his trach, to clean out his trach whole area, and Mark breathed in the cotton and suffocated and died. But the autopsy said he had died of acute nephritis, which is a kidney infection that, if left untreated or if the child is dehydrated, can kill the child. So, anyway, John F. Kennedy had agreed to have his trach shot through. Apparently it put light on the next generation of Kennedys so they could torture whales. Children, porpoises, dolphins, seniors. I'll give them back, for Christ's sakes. God says the people who played heroes on this earth, in my lifetime anyway, did so to get Holy Spirit of God light on them so they could use it to torture and end my soul. End my soul in eternal torture. I was a sweet kid. I was obedient, did my homework. I was a very gentle young woman. And they knew all this about me, and they targeted me, surrounding me with armaments and energy weapons and mesh. I still have Emerson, and I believe in Ralph Waldo Emerson. I do. He wrote beautifully. I think it was the World War II generation forward that targeted the Holy Spirit. Oh God. God says it may have been the Nazi UFOs that filled the skies in 1947 over Washington, D.C. On purpose? Did GW know about it? I read that Nazis had UFOs from their occult practices. Like they attracted demons who had unidentified flying objects. Somebody, I don't know how many years ago, I think it was when I still lived on Linden Street, turned into a UFO. Just popped, turned right into a UFO. God says, me telling Mary Margaret McIntyre about the 1994 Belgium sighting and radar tracking by the military of a triangular craft that turned into three balls of light, one on each point of the triangle, and then combined and shot out into space, had an effect on people north and east of her in a curve north and east of her office. She worked for a copyright patent office, legal office. But the people she affected were to behind her office, behind her head, in a curve like this, tilted northeast. So it would be in Missouri and maybe a little bit in the state above Missouri. Oh, Kansas City, Missouri. And a little above Kansas City, Missouri. North of Kansas City, Missouri. It's too much. Now what? There you go. Oh, fuck. Come on. God says the Kennedys might be good people. Phil Donahue and Ralph Nader might be good people. And this is what demons do.